In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Stipula Leonardo olive wood retractable nib fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I will do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. This is the Stipula Leonardo Da Vinci olive wood limited edition fountain pen. This is a rather unique capless fountain pen from Stipula. The retail price of the pen, I believe these were around $1,000. Now I got it at a significant discount, more than half off, from Atlas a few years ago, and it's a beautiful pen. It's expensive, but you are getting, I think, a good amount of pen for the money. This is a model that they've made for quite some time, and they've done it in a number of different materials. I've seen it in resin, I've seen it in celluloid, and I've seen it in metal. I can't remember if it was sterling or not, but they've made this sort of capless design for quite a long time, and it's very cool. It's very weird. It's very Stipula, I guess I would say. So walking through the pen, at the top here we can see the little window where the nib will come out. I will show that. I'm not sure what to call the finish here. It's matte. It's not brushed. I don't think it's like a media blast, but pretty simple silver ring there. And then if we look at the side, we have a gold trim here. Now, one of the things about Stipula's gold plating is it always kind of has like a antique-y look to it. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but like see like these like lines here in it. And this is like from brand new, the pens are like this. If you guys know anything about plating or why this would be like this, I think it looks cool. It's definitely something I don't see very often, but they always kind of have this, I don't know, weathered finish to them. And then here's the grip section. It's again olive wood, super comfortable. I love having a wood grip section. It's really, really nice. And then if we look at the clip, I believe these are like self-portraits of Leonardo da Vinci, and they're pretty weird looking. There's like three little ones, and then it's got like this sort of pebbled or almost not hammered, but like pebbly finish. I believe this is all done through lost wax casting. It is a solid piece. Very, very nice. Again, I think the cap ring here, which is in very high relief, says Da Vinci Leonardo there, and it's textured in there, and then there's gloss on the edges there. Very high quality looking. Definitely has a handmade look. If you look at this N on the Leonardo, there's like a part where I think the casting or like the mold didn't quite come out quite right. One thing I do love about Stipula, they're very handmade pens, and so pros and cons to that, but overall very nice. These pens do kind of get a little bit of a patina. I can see a little bit of it happening here. The more that you use it, the more it's going to patina. That's just sort of the nature of a natural olive wood pen like this. It tapers towards the middle and then flares back out at the end. And we can see here it says made in Italy, Stipula, and this is number 176 of 519. And then on the bottom here, we have Leonardo da Vinci there in a nice relief and gold ring on the side. So now to open the pen, you twist the barrel. So I'll do that, and you can see this little door kind of open, and then out comes the nib here. Now, the nib is a Stipula Stifflex 14 karat gold nib. These nibs are made in-house. They have the Stipula like wheat or whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. I think it's wheat. Engraving there. Looks very nice. Plastic. Feed Stipula acquired a vintage Italian nib makers equipment company called Globus, and they brought all of that equipment in-house and are now making their own nibs in-house. So these are really nice soft nibs. Now let's take it apart. To do that, just pull. You'll see there's this little sort of divot or like index here. That's the only thing, but you use that to line it up with the interior. Now to take the nib out, you see this threaded portion here that's sort of like cut out and there's a little gap there. So basically you're just going to squeeze, you're going to pinch that. You'll see that gap gets a bit smaller, and then you can twist this and it'll unscrew, and that is essentially your nib unit. I have not tried to take out this particular nib. Don't know if it's threaded. I'm guessing not, knowing Stipula, they tend not to do that. They tend to, or it could be threaded, but then they glue it in place. But you stick your international converter in here. It will also fit a international cartridge. Now, let's do some measurements. This is with the nib retracted. We're looking at about 135 millimeters. And then extended, it is quite a few turns. So like compared to a vanishing point or a platinum curidas, this is not the quick one-handed thing. It takes a bit more time to get it working. So this is about 156 millimeters. So grip section, at the narrowest point, that's going to be in the middle of the pen. Looking at 15 millimeters. And the widest will be right before that metal edge, about 16. So this is super fat. It's very comfortable. I will say it is not a lightweight pen though. 71 grams. So that's a heavy pen. Now I find that, 1 to 2 A5 pages, I'm able to do journaling, no problem. But, that weight is certainly there. It obviously isn't really top heavy at all. All the mechanism is down here towards the nib, so you don't feel any back weighting, which is very good. Now, in terms of the size, here it is with a Aurora Optima, Aurora Ypsilon, and here it is with a proper oversized pen. This is a Montegrappa Masters art pen. But if you look, I mean, the grip section on this is fatter than that. So if you like a fat grip section, this could be a very good pen for you. And it is super nice to have that wood grip section. All right, let's do the writing sample. For the writing sample, I'm going to be using a Papermind Tomoe River hardcover notebook. These notebooks are excellent for fountain pens, and for Blake's broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. So this is the Stipula Leonardo, and this is a 14K fine stiff flex nib, and this is Iroshizuku Take Sumi. Try fast writing. That was me. Yeah, no performance issues. This is a really nice nib. Now, when I first got this pen, brand new, I believe like the feed and the nib were like all out of alignment. So sent it back to Stipula, they fixed it, and now it writes perfectly. One thing I will say, these nibs, I've had a number of the modern Stipula gold nibs. They've all needed a little bit of tweaking, but once you tweak them, I think they're really very nice. Now, in terms of flexibility, this is called a stiff flex. This is a soft nib. I don't find it flexy, like there isn't really, like, the snap back is okay. It's not amazing. It's pretty much, I would call this a soft nib. And I don't think you really see any line variation in normal writing. I mean, I'm pushing on it now and you can see maybe there's just a little bit, but it's just not really what this, I think, was designed for. I would just think of it as a very soft, very enjoyable gold nib. And this is a very smooth nib too. For a fine, this is definitely maybe more like a medium. Very wet, very juicy. In terms of reverse writing, it's pretty uncomfortable because of the clip, but it's relatively smooth actually, and you do get a difference there. So I like it. The nib, the Stipula's in-house gold nibs, I'm sorry for the mess of my hands, are Really very, very good. So very enjoyable pen to use. So what are my pros and cons for the Leonardo olive wood retractable nib fountain pen? Well, I really like the way that this pen is put together. The smooth olive wood, having that as your grip section is really nice. I really like their trims. They look very high quality, very high relief, very unusual looking pen. And it's just, I think this pen really shows off the savoir-faire of Stipula. It's a wow. This is a very unusual, very nice handmade pen. I love the in-house nibs that they're using the Globus machinery, so that you're getting basically a nib that's made on vintage Italian nib machinery. It's really, really cool. Now, in terms of cons, it takes a lot of turns to get the nib out of the pen here, so this is not a convenience kind of capless thing like Namiki Vanishing Point or a Platinum Curidas. So you don't have that aspect. It's very heavy, 70 something grams, and it's a very fat grip section. Now I find it to be comfortable, this grip section, but this is basically like a mega oversized pen when you're holding it. A very, very fat grip section. In terms of the weight, it does get heavy after a couple of pages, I find, so this will not be a pen for everybody. Also, the nib needed to go back to Stipula to make it write properly. And again, that is sort of a theme with the Stipula gold nibs that I've come across, unfortunately. They are fantastic nibs once you get them sorted, but they tend to maybe need some sorting when you first get them. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen paper and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.